Oh, God.
Good evening, folks. Red County Blue Nation, Westcliff, Colorado, great states of Americans, Stephen Rorick, Mike Boring, James McMahon, Jimmy. What do you say, buddy?
Well, she's pretty warm today. And we got some stuff done. Got some weeding on the garden and cattle fed and watered and a little bit of construction stuff done. So steady as she goes. No real complaints.
Good.
Yourself? How you making her?
I'm fed up, man. I'm just fed up with everything. I mean, for the most part, life is good, but there's no justice. There's no justice, man. And a guy can only take getting ramrodded so much for so long, and then at some point you
Shift into second.
shift to second.
Get her. Go ahead and pop a clutch. Let's go.
Fully automatic second style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm bitching and moaning because we're about solutions, but I don't know what the solution is for the justice, man. I mean, when Anthony Fauci said whatever 150 times that he pleads the fifth, but yet you're not supposed to be able to plead the fifth when you have been pardoned. So, like, why don't they put this son of a bitch on one of them tables and start screwing his shit down and making him talk? I mean, what?
Somewhere along the line, something's got to give. That crimes against humanity and the stunt that was played there between the news medias and
That's what the old fashioned torture. Most of the time, them torture devices are to make you give up information. But I mean, poor bastards get in on them things and they give up stuff that, I mean, they basically admit to guilt when they didn't even do anything just to get out of the torture. But I mean, Anthony Fauci, really?
I don't know that, to me, I think it's
And the auto pen is what gave him the
pardon.
But yet, Trump, from what I see, Trump said he's going to go ahead and honor that. So I don't. Excuse me for cussing, but like I said, I'm at my wit's end with this shit, man. There's no justice, and so like, really, we just kind of keep getting, and we're supposed to like it.
And then they come and they're finding more and more fraudulent, bureaucratic. I mean, it's just billions and billions of dollars that has just been extorted. I mean, it's pretty.
Well, you got these Somalis on the thing saying now you need to go to work for us, you white bitches.
Yeah.
Get to work, you white bitches. Really? Like I said, I'm sorry for cussing, folks, but I don't know how else that I'm supposed to explain myself. That's what they are saying to us, about us.
Well, Dearborn, Michigan sounds like them folks has had enough. Sound like about mid-month or sooner. They pleaded with the elected officials. Look, the Sharia law doesn't blend with the Constitution, our way of life.
And the worst part about it is it's amazing how many of these communist, Muslim, socialist, atheist people are getting through the primaries.
Getting through the primaries, it's astounding.
And I mean, it's so ludicrous. But one of the main things that I seen today that at least kind of had to make me laugh, it's so ridiculous, is Mondami says, "But you got to have an ID to get into my grocery store." Don't have to have an ID to vote, but you got to have an ID to come into my communist.
Isn't that bizarre?
People-funded, taxpayer-funded grocery store. You got to have an ID to come in there for that, but you don't have to have an ID to vote for the people that are putting that stuff in there. I mean, that's the biggest line of hypocrisy. And I mean, the people that can't see that, I mean,
Delusional.
I hate to say it, but you just need to be gone.
They're delusional.
You need to be fish food, because the world cannot operate under this ludicrousy.
Well, and it won't. It won't.
I never want to promote violence, but it's like, what is the solution? Them people don't need to be to be able to breathe air anymore.
Well, they need to go to the country that accommodates their belief system and their culture.
There ain't none.
So when you go to France, or you go to,
there's no place safe from a Muslim.
None.
They will rape everything till it's gone. Every woman, every animal, every kid.
So yeah, it's the White Rabbit radio station or something in Dearborn. Somebody sent me a email on it. I was like, well, that whole thing is a big old collection of people that are not agreeing with the way American life is, our culture.
This is from some guy on Twitter that would get through the Red County thing. Before Islam took over, these lands had their own religions, cultures, and identities. Then Islam arrived and they were gone. Lebanon was majority Christian. Iran was Zoroastrian. Maldives was Buddhist. Pakistan was Hindu and Buddhist. Bangladesh was Hindu and Buddhist. Afghanistan was Buddhist in the Zoroastrian. Egypt was Christian. Syria was Christian. Turkey was Christian. Algeria was Christian. Tunisia was Christian. Morocco was Christian and Berber Amnist. Libya was Christian. Indonesia was Hindu and Buddhist. Malaysia was Hindu and Buddhist. Albania was Christian. Bosnia was Christian. Sudan was Christian. Somalia was animist and Christian. This isn't ancient history. This is a pattern. Every single Islam enters a society, the churches become mosques, the culture disappears, the women lose their rights, and the old identity is erased. They're not coming to coexist, they're coming to replace. The West is watching this happen in real time and calling anyone who notices a racist. This gal was messing around in one of them countries, messing around with one of these Muslim immigrants. He killed her and packed her in a suitcase and left her on the sidewalk with the trash. And that's what I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, and you're probably going to send me a bunch of hate mail, and I don't care. But that's what she deserved. If you're that dumb, then that's what you get. You want to pet a rattlesnake, you're going to get bit.
It's grievous.
I hate that she lost her life, but it was her life to lose, and she willingly lost it on her own account because of her brain process. She's that dumb. And you can't, it's the fittest of the fittest. You can't live in this world forever being that stupid.
Oh no, there's story after story after story.
But I'm racist because I said something about it. Yep, whatever, right? If that's what it is, you can call me racist till I die. I don't care.
Well, it's a standard of behavior. It's how we're brought up. It completely backwards to American society.
And it's not just American society, but it's human. It's
human
civilization.
Absolutely, just common natural affection.
Yeah, you want to live or you want to die? No, we don't want the cops. Really? You don't want the police, huh? So that you can fit into a suitcase?
It's grievous. So somewhere along the line,
they get what they asked for. In my opinion, she deserved it every step of the way. And I know that's harsh to say it, but for Christ's sakes, let's get to the reality and the nuts and bolts. I don't care about nobody's feelings at this point. Ain't nobody cares about mine.
Well, feelings is where how we've got here instead of obeying instruction. Instruction is your life. Your little emotions are going to be there for a minute, and You know, it's fine. It's okay to have emotion, but don't let them dictate your behavior. Don't let them control you. And that's kind of where we're at as a society. And that's where that political correctness came in.
If that's
In the, you know
it's
what I mean?
suicidal empathy.
It's suicidal
You can't
empathy.
talk bad about somebody. But yeah, I can. It's called the First Amendment. I can say whatever I want. That goes back to ethics and are you a good person or not? I can say whatever I want, but I don't because I've tried to be a good person the best I can. We had a little go around a couple days back here, and well, we're just all sinners. That's no excuse.
Yeah, we got to be humble, and we got to.
There's no excuse.
That's the
for
worst
mistakes.
worst thing you can do is
Just because you made a mistake doesn't mean it's okay.
to continue in it. Especially if
The gal made a mistake too, and she lost her life.
I mean, you can kind of be careless with your own affairs, but when you're doing the public's business,
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I mean, we're just talking about the simple stuff from one person to the next. You want to entertain a Muslim, and then you get put into a suitcase and left in the trash bin right on the street. Wasn't even in the trash bin, just in the homeless, where the homeless live. And I mean, like, that's the. Do these blue and pink-haired white women honestly think that they want to live with the homeless out on the street? If you do, then go ahead, and you will be the first ones to get put in a suitcase.
yeah, they're on a mission. Those people, that's their job, is to conquer the world. You know, with any means, and if you don't agree with them, you get put in a suitcase. So,
Well, the thing is I don't agree with them, but they got this thing called a chain gun. And I mean, these new ones, that one's on that A10, man, that A10 Warthog or whatever. I think that bad boy gets up about 6,000 rounds a minute.
that's like a lawnmower.
All these, whatever these Muslims that are protesting and say that white people need to, that we need to go to work, bitches. Dude, eat lead. Eat lead.
Well, I don't know how many mosques there are around the country. I did see somebody itemized it state to state. Sound like Colorado's got 100. Colorado's got its fair share of mosques. But Texas is inundated. Texas is
fixing to do something about
it. Texas, don't mess with Texas. Well, and Michigan is right on that tipping point too, just because that's where they've consolidated to take over these different neighborhoods in the different states. And Texas is the prize. That's the jewel. If we get Texas, then we've really, really done something.
Well, yeah, then we got control of the border.
Now, well, and Texas is so rich. It is unbelievable. I mean, California is too. So California is another one. But I am concerned how this thing's going to turn out. Real men in real time are going to have real solutions because the politicians didn't do their duty.
The problem is the politicians now are them.
Are them. There you go. They weave themselves right into the fabric of society.
I know, everybody. I know. Well, my vote don't count. So what's your solution?
Yeah.
You either can vote or shoot.
You only got to.
Or die.
Or die. Or lose your country.
And then die.
And then die. Have all your heritage extinguished.
Have your wife and kids raped. I mean, that's what is going on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that that's where we're at, but
It's hard to believe.
it is. It is actually happening.
There's a lot of primaries that are going on.
Yeah,
And
that's where they always subdue us.
I mean, there's quite a few of these. They call them progressive liberals now, progressive Democrats. And basically what they are is socialist communists. Really, I mean, it's back to as simple as Mondami don't want, I mean, it's rules are for thee, not for me. We don't want voter ID, but we want you to have an ID to come into my grocery store, my state-run grocery store. Really? Anybody that believes that, and I mean, I see a lot of testimonials on the internet here and there of, and as bad as I hate to see it, I mean, there is some men, but there is mostly a ton of women.
That's about as bizarre as it gets. And it's just, I don't know. We're going to have our hands full here as time goes on. And unless there's, I mean, ICE is doing quite a bit, you know, to try kind of get things under control, but
they're so handcuffed too now.
That's what I was getting ready to say is
that we covered this. Whatever did we cover like a year
Yeah.
ago? There was this one guy that's like, I know where we can go get like 30 or 40,000 of these people at once, and you all want to mess around with 3 or 4 at a time. You can't get 50 million people out of our country, 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. It's like trying to make $1 million when you only make $10 a day. You ain't never, ever gonna get there.
Nope, not gonna happen. So yeah, and that's kind of where we're at. 100 moths in Colorado. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal.
Well,
but
I mean,
they're throughout the country. I mean, it is.
They're electing these progressive liberals that are basically, I mean, they're democratic socialists is what they are, and a bunch of them are Muslim or want to be Muslim.
So they're driven to get into that position to influence it, you know, with their culture and their way of thinking, and completely just throw out the Constitution. And that's kind of where Obama was at. He was like, this thing's outdated. We got to go on to this next thing. That's treasonous speech. That's treason. Because we are going to stand. The men of this country won't take much more. And I think they've pled, and the men that have pled and ask, you know, that this thing gets nipped in the hiney, and it's just never happened. It's not happening.
It goes back to like this Jack Smith.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Traitorous.
Yep.
The most traitorous man. I mean, he fills the definition in every capacity and more. They figured out now that they were tracking 44 members of Congress, and he tried to say no. We had their text message, but we wasn't looking at the information. Really?
I'm almost pregnant.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh Lord.
I mean, the ludicrous and I mean, my dad's been saying it a long time, but the only people to blame are the American people. Nobody else to blame but ourselves.
It falls right squarely on the men of this country. We have a duty to the women and the children.
Guy hates to say, you know, well, they're stupid, but I mean, it's the case. You're so disillusioned and so distracted by social media and your phone and your wife that ran off on you and your boss that don't like you and you got fired. I mean, we all have these huge distractions. But I mean, they're trying to take they literally are trying to take your soul. They've already, I mean, we've talked about this before, that they're making drugs now that kill the part of your pituitary gland or whatever that gives you your connection to the universe. They're doing this on purpose.
There's a lot of fronts that we're being attacked on.
We're being attacked on every front.
Yeah, anything that they can do.
And of course, I mean, I hate to try to bring it up, but it is. It is. I mean, you want to call it Satan if you want to, but it's the yin and the yang, right? It's the good versus evil. It's evil, the lack of righteousness that is portraying and perpetrating this behavior. And Muslims are the epitome of this. Really, I mean, you go to their country and they tell you if you're a woman, you can't go to school. But you blue-haired, pink-haired, liberal white women, mostly, I mean, there's other colors of, and I'm not trying to be racist, I'm just saying, women think that you're going to go over there and you think you can change what they're doing, and you end up in a suitcase with blood dripping out the zipper because you don't have a brain, or what little bit of brain you had, you blew out your nose, or I mean, you basically gave your soul away in the name of, well, everybody else is racist. I seen a good one the other day that said, you can't blame a billionaire for your problems.
And that's the mentality. And I've been exposed to it even here in Westcliff is, if I can't have it, neither can you.
Yeah.
If I can't have it, neither can you. What is that? I can't even, I say those words, but I can't get it. I can't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a mental
doesn't
illness.
Commute.
It's a mental illness, right? We're talking about a mental illness is something that your brain doesn't work properly. Letting a Muslim into our country, that his end goal is that you're an infidel and he wants you dead. And so you think that you're somehow going to negotiate or show him you take your shirt off or whatever this chick did, that she thought she was going to change this creature's mind. And he killed her and packed her in a suitcase.
Pretty crazy.
It's all back to the vote, right? It's the voting booth, folks. 18% of the Republicans. I mean, I think that maybe it changed a little bit when we first came out of the primary. That's what it was saying for Colorado. Only 18% of the registered Republicans in Colorado voted. We're only 30,000 votes away from making this a red state overall.
You'd think we could pull it,
There's
together.
6 million people, and we're 30,000. It's what did I say? It was only like 0.5%.
Yeah, it's pretty minute.
And here we are. I mean, have you seen Jared Polis running around in this damn cowboy like suit thing that makes him look like he's part of the Canadian National Guard or something? I mean, man, what a goon! What a goon!
Well, and he's on his way out, so he's about as dangerous as you can get. His time is spent.
But now, it's all the worst parts are coming up.
Absolutely.
Who was going to be the governor? Who was the attorney general? This Wisner or whatever. This Bill Wisner, right? I mean, if all the Republicans would go vote, Victor Marx could probably get in there, but they won't. Right? Well, my vote don't count. And I mean, all I'm going to say is you're lazy and you're stupid. Because it's a mail-in ballot, for Christ in the night, right? It's a mail-in ballot. It's
So here again, we as people that are to keep our country, recognize threats, try to do something civilly to the best of our ability at the voting booth, get involved in our local issues, which is a fiasco.
I'll tell you what, though, I have been impressed watching this Brandon Gill. So he's a congressman from Texas.
Oh no, there's some up and coming people that are absolutely startling, brilliant.
He is asking all these members of in these congressional hearings, like, so you think it's okay to spend $20 million for gender affirming trans class in Uganda? Like, where's my money going? And then you wonder why I'm out of sorts, folks.
I mean, that money's got to be released by somebody. Whoever's releasing them funds, I don't know why there's not some kind of standard operating procedure.
There is, and they're overriding it because then people are crooked. They are corrupt. They are they are the problem.
There you go. So nobody's tattletaling on anybody. They're all just going along with whatever's going. Because they're all being overpaid. And
there's a few of them. Tim Bennett, right? Vote for Tim Bennett to try to get Brittany Peterson out of this county.
We got our hands full. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, the voting booth is going to hopefully be the answer. Because right now, that's how the darkness is creeping in. Is we are not doing our job as American patriots. We've got to combat the people that are subduing our culture. They're taking over our country.
We're not only not doing our job, but we are letting the devil in.
Yeah, putting an invite.
Yeah, we're not only not doing our job, but
treating him well.
We're doing the job. We're actually doing the job for the opposite side.
Yeah, that's how bizarre this all is. That's why the day is well spent. I mean, it's long gone here. We've to the point here where things are going to be changing because America won't take it. Americans are not going to take it. And there's been plenty of chance and plenty of time to get some things fixed.
And I mean, all I can say is that I hope that the registered Republicans will do something besides sit at home and whine and cry, my vote doesn't do anything.
Pitiful.
And I get it, right? I've been there. I've been there. I told my mom that exact same thing. Mom, my vote don't count. She says, I know it doesn't for the president, but it does. And you need to go vote for the county commissioner in Custer County. And we barely got Kit Shy elected. And that's the first time I ever voted.
So it's important, folks. I mean, try to muster up enough love for your country to go vote.
Try to have a little dignity for yourself and your kids. You don't understand what you're doing here in the long run.
Well, if we can't get good people in and have some good conservative values installed, we're just going to continue to go down this road.
And
we're just going to say the same.
As bad as a guy hates to say it, it will only go so long until the blood starts spilling out. That is what has always happened. Happened with the Revolutionary War, happened with the Civil War.
Yeah, I mean, push comes to shove to a point where people naturally are not going to take these people taking over our country. It's not going to happen. I mean, there needs to be the government needs to say, folks, you guys got to go back home. Like now. and start enforcing it. Start, mosques are not allowed here in this country. That's the first thing.
Well, and
I mean, it's just not going to work.
We got in trouble, and I'm still trying to go through exactly. I mean, I'll just say it, right? The parties that be in the Republican Party are trying to accuse us of driving people away from the Republican Party. And I said, oh, yeah, who? Tell me who it is. Of course, they wouldn't say. Well, in our opinion, we're the ones that are standing up for the people, and they're the problem.
Yeah.
But they don't want to follow the rules. And they're the ones that wrote the rules. But it's like, well.
Oh, boy.
It's okay. It'll be okay. Rules are for thee and not for me. It's all right. We all make mistakes, but it'll be fine. But I'm the one that's getting crucified. I'm not the one breaking the rule. I said, you show me in writing where what I'm talking about is not okay with the state, the national, or the county bylaws, and I will refrain from what I'm doing. And of course, there isn't any.
Well, and
but I'm not going to listen to you. If you can prove to me that I'm doing something wrong, then I will change what I'm doing. But you're demented, and I'm not saying this to any one person, but I'm just saying the demented state of the left. This is what I'm trying to tie this all together. This is what happened with the fireworks, and it threw me off, and I maybe made a couple brash statements that I shouldn't have, and I'm here to try to weave through this mess and explain how I drew the conclusion that I did, and make amends to the people that I care about. Because even though that I was harsh on you, I still care about you. But the left craziness bearing down on me and my compatriots, my fellow mortarmen, putting so much pressure on us with social media. I mean, I might have said some stuff about the fire department and in the conversation with the sheriff's department that maybe I wasn't. Maybe what I will say is that I apologize in the fact that I didn't have firsthand information from anybody about it. I was repeating what I'd heard off of social media. And I will take the responsibility for that, and I will apologize that I didn't have firsthand information to say what I said. But I know that there's a problem or we wouldn't have got off where we were at. So what I'm saying is that I'll be the biggest one and the first one to say, I apologize for getting brash and getting loud, but I'm also saying that it ain't all my fault, because if everybody else would have been doing what they were doing, we would have never gotten into that murky water.
Absolutely.
And I'll be the first one to say that we will all get along. We have to get along because we are all friends. We are all fellow community members here.
Absolutely.
And we are going to succeed in what we're doing, which means that we have a solid country and we have solid people running it.
Yeah. And that's, I think, Steve, that spurred us on why we're doing the podcast, why we got into getting people to come to the caucus, get involved, pass the resolutions.
Oh, yeah. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. Well, it's just your friends. Well, how come you didn't have anybody come for you? Is it because you don't have any friends? Just saying.
Well, we put the time in. And there's a common thing that thread.
We care about what's going on here, and we're not doing this because we want to. I've told you guys, I've told you this many times. I'd rather be drinking a cold beer and watching poker or playing poker. Honestly, that's what that's what I would like to be doing right now, is drinking beer and playing cards. Completely honest. but I am neglecting my own life to try to help our country, our county, and our own little town keep from getting swallowed up by this insanity of the left, the socialists, the communists, the
Rhinos.
the Sharia law, all in the name of, oh my God, you racist.
Could not pass that.
What is the poor young gal that's in the suitcase saying about racism now?
That racism word seems to be used quite loosely.
Well, and it is, and it's almost like the N word, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, it's funny how black people just call it all. That's
call each other that all the time.
Hundreds of times in a second, right? Or
in a day.
That's like back and forth, and this and that. No. But now all of a sudden I'm bad because I called you what you've been calling everybody else, and everybody else called you. Get out of here with that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They get critical and try to define themselves, on some petty, very petty, little bitty nothing. And that's a pretty small person. That person is pretty little.
If I was really racist, I would be figuring out how to eliminate you. And that's what the Muslims are.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out how to eliminate you.
And it's hard to believe. I mean, it's people just are not built to take in that kind of reality.
Well, and I mean, they are. They're everybody's built the same, right? I mean, we're all just flesh and blood, but it's all about what you've been taught.
Well, there again, right back to the school.
It's all
and the family.
It's all about school, and of course, they're trying to destroy the nuclear family. The thing is and we've said this so many times before. Humanity has been going long enough, and people are smart enough, and they're devious enough that they study how to impact someone's behavior. That's what MK Ultra is. They know how to control your brain. And that's what they're doing right here. And I'm pretty bad with it too, right? I mean, I use that thing left and right, and I try to make it better my world, but it's like, and I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I'm just holding my own little fort down here. And I'm not trying to, there's no Muslim going to come up in here. And
well, that's the beauty of Custer County. Is we do have a pretty tight-knit community, and we do look out for each other.
Sort of,
yeah. Sort of.
Not really. I mean, there's so much contempt every way you look. There's small little hardcore groups of people, but overall in all, people are always against each other. Well, you made more money than I did. Well, I have a chance to make money and I need it, so I'm gonna tell them where you live, and they're gonna take everything you have. I mean, that it goes on left and right. We sell each other out at every corner, and don't think twice about it. All in the name of I need money. And don't get me wrong, I need money. Money I've always been able to be fine, but I've never been able to have a lot of money. It just doesn't work that way. I don't care about money. What I care about is trying to make sure that we have a society that can continue. I'm trying to make sure that the battle of good versus evil, good wins. It's light over darkness. That's what my heart is light. Do I get hung up with the left berserkers coming after me? I did. And I said some stuff that maybe wasn't as credible as I thought it was because it was secondhand. Most of the stuff, what we talk about, is secondhand. That's the thing, folks. Most of the stuff that we talk about, we're trying to do our best to explain our view of what's going on here. I work on hot rods and put up hay and do cows and some other things.
Yeah,
But I don't go around in other people's business because I don't care what nobody else is doing. But we're beginning to. Speaking of, so the Chronicle, Custer County Chronicle, all one word, .org. Please type that in and check it out. We have that up and running. It's not completely polished off like we want. We're still working on it a little bit before we go ahead and push it out to all of our email list. But I'm saying right now, I would encourage everybody to check it out, because what it's done, we're using AI to mine, to summarize. I call it mine. I mean, it's basically summarizing the information from the BOCC meetings and asking questions. And in my opinion, it is pretty neutral. The questions that it's asking are pretty neutral, and that's what we, as we're not supposed to say we're PCPs on the air, like whatever. I've been looking at this stuff a long time. I know what I'm supposed to be doing as a PCP is representing my constituents, the people that put me in here. I'm not a fundraiser and a chair stacker. I am a representative of the people, from the people in Precinct 3 to the Republican Party. That's what my job is. So me and my fellow friends have put together the Custer County Chronicle .org. It'll pop up if you put in Custer County Chronicle and you don't put .org right in. If you just type in Custer County Chronicle, it goes to I think it's in South Dakota, and it's a little newspaper up in one of the Dakotas that essentially has the same name. But when you type in .org, then I mean that's our web domain. But that is a neutral platform. Those summaries are AI generated. They're not the opinion of myself or anybody else. And so I encourage everyone to look at this and begin to take a look at these and go ahead and vote how you feel, because that's what I'm trying. That's the whole reason for this tool, is that so we can get a pulse of how people really feel about events that are going on. And when we get something real serious like the Justice Center, then we're going to bring that to the commissioners and say, hey, look, man, there's a few hundred people here of a straw poll that said they don't want this. And it's not just the crazy guys from the Red County Blue Nation podcast, right? I mean, it's funny how, oh, you guys are driving people away from the Republican Party. And then, I mean, a lot of the people I talk to is like, yeah, but you're telling the truth.
Well, and that's what people appreciate, frankness, as opposed to.
Because we ain't driving nobody away. If I'm driving you away from the Republican Party, I would ask that you either call me 719-371-0233 or come by working hours 8 to 5, Monday through Friday at 108 Main, and discuss what you have a problem with as a Republican. Because I don't think that there is any. This is just hearsay chirping from the other side. And if you're a real Republican and you actually have a spine, then come talk to me about it.
And you're bringing something to my mind right now. The last 8 to 10 years, there's been a huge falling away of the Republican Party here in Custer County.
Way before we ever started on it.
way before we got involved. That was one of the reasons we got involved. Is
It's
other
the
people
only reason.
other people said, we don't want anything to do with that group.
If you all were doing, I've been saying this, I've said it at least 100 times. If you would have been representing me properly, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be doing this if the commissioners were taking care of our business instead of trying to sell us out for something that doesn't make sense, like the Justice Center.
Well, and it, there's the two mayors of the two towns. There's a lot of things that go on, but basically we're concerned about commissioner decisions, big picture.
The mayors have a lot to do with it too, because I mean the towns they're their own entities, and this whole, we're trying to get to the bottom of what's going on here with this infrastructure project over here across from the hardware store. There's a lot of different, I'm not going to call them rumors, but there's a lot of different interpretations of what it is. And at this point, I don't think that any of them are completely what it really is.
Well, no, until we get
And it's hard.
all of the information on words on paper.
Even the people, this is the oddest thing, right? Is even some of the people that we clash with are going, yeah, that's like completely hidden.
Oh, buddy.
Well, yeah. Like here you are trying to bang me over the stuff, and I'm trying to help you. Because if enough people would tell me, hey, the Republican Party would be better off without you, I'd be happy. But I know that's not the case because I can see the state of the affairs. I know what the situation is.
And they do too. I mean, I see people, either if I'm in town or they'll call me or whatever, and they're going, keep up the good work. We're making some progress. The needle's moving a little bit. And we're going to stay on it. We're not going to quit. And we've been asked to, hey, you guys, you're rocking the boat. You're not humble. You're not soft-spoken.
You don't act like you're really representing it or you're doing something wrong. It's like, just put it in writing, whatever if by some way that I am not doing my duty, which that's the thing is they don't like what we're doing because we're doing something that they don't want us to do.
Yeah, and it's our duty to say, hey, wait a minute. These are the issues we have. Completely ignoring the resolutions. That speaks volumes. I mean, It
does, but to me, it's not nearly as important as the finance. Resolutions, they have no teeth. The commissioners say, yeah, cool, throw it in the trash. I mean, the people spoke, but it doesn't mean anything. It has no teeth. It has no bearing. But the books do. The bank statements have meaning.
Absolutely. And that, I think, is what's got most of the people disgruntled.
Everybody's disgruntled in one way or another. Either the people that are getting the pressure put on them are mad because we're finding out what they're doing and they don't like it, or the people's mad because people's doing stuff that they don't like. Everybody is upset, as they should be. This whole kumbaya, no good, man. That's how the gal ended up in the suitcase. It isn't okay, folks. We have a serious problem here. Real serious. And to think that you can fix it because, well, everybody else is racist. Oh, good luck with that. Let your blood out the zipper onto the sidewalk and then count your blessings.
You talk too rude. You're too mean. You're intimidating.
I'm pretty sure I ain't ending up in the suitcase at the hands of a Muslim.
Sad state of affairs, but
it's horrible. It's one of the biggest atrocities of what Anthony Fauci has done. How many people he killed? More, I forget what the revolutionary, civil, World War I, World War
all
II,
combined,
killed more people than all of them wars. And you're going to try to come at me like I'm anti-Semitic because we were quoting what somebody else said out of the Epstein files. Like I said, I'm not anti-Semitic because I'm not a Jew and I don't know any Jews. I don't know anything about any of that. I'm a cowboy. I'm a hayseed. I'm a hot rod guy. I'm a card player. I don't know nothing about what them people do and don't care. I don't want to be a part of none of that. I only have a limited number of brain space, and quite frankly, playing cards is what I just as soon be playing cards as anything. And you can say whatever you want to say. Well, that's gambling's against the book. Well, there's a lot of things that are against the book that people are doing, and they think they can get away with it because they say, well, we're all sinners and we all make mistakes, but that doesn't justify that it's okay. You're supposed to be in his image, and that means trying to do the P word perfect. You're trying to do everything perfect every time. No, perfect doesn't exist. It does in my world. And I get upset when it doesn't happen enough. But boy, when it does, it's like, this is how it's supposed to go.
Amen.
It's the P word. It's perfect.
It's hitting on all 8 cylinders.
It's
a sweet spot in life. When you see like-mindedness, conservative values, in camaraderie, in sharing victories, as opposed to, I feel like we're being sold out.
Well, and
it's very, very bitter.
It brings right back to what you said. Just because I can't have it, you can't have it either. That's jealousy, is what that is.
Whatever it is, it's poison.
It's jealous. It's one of the deadly sins.
Well, hopefully we'll get it all together, and hopefully the school will recover from their setback.
I don't know why it.
We've got challenges.
Surely there's a countersuit. I thought when you lost in court, you had to pay the court cost. But
well, typically, whoever loses, that's where the attorney fees are always a big deal. But I don't know. I don't know the particulars. I got to get the minutes of that one meeting.
Man, I don't care. Personally, I can barely keep track of the stuff that's right in front of me.
And Steve, that's what I wanted to comment on too, is the Custer County Chronicle.
The Chronicle is going to be able to mine these school board meetings so we can see what's going on there, folks.
Without you having to go to the meeting. It'll take the minutes.
It's going to take
it'll consolidate and summarize it.
Yeah, it's going to take a 2-hour meeting or 3-hour meeting and put it onto a 1-page that you can wrap your head around what our elected people are doing.
Right on your computer. Maybe, I guess, right on your phone.
Yeah.
So it makes it somewhat doable in our busy life. So that's why the tool was created, was to bring that kind of
education.
I want to use the word convenience, but I get knocked around with that word a little bit.
Because it ain't convenience at all. It's you would never had a chance to ever understand what it is without this tool. That has nothing to do with convenience.
It's efficient.
It's basically the difference between night and day. You wouldn't understand what they're doing without it. It's obvious that the people of this county, of this state, and of this nation can't keep track of the people that are in office and the business they're doing. Or they wouldn't be doing what they're doing, because there's 66% of us. There's 2 to 1 that are still good-hearted, strong-willed, red-blooded Americans. And then there's the other third, 1 out of 3, that's the berserkers, the lunatics.
Wanting to throw the baby out with the bathwater. But they have no critical thinking, and
they don't, and that's how she ended up in a suitcase. That's how blunt this is. She had feelings for a rattlesnake and pet it, and she is dead on her own behalf.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. But here again, it's like people
It's
electing these Muslims to run their.
it is sad. But it's suicidal empathy, right? Yeah, I mean, there's one thing to have empathy, and I mean that's the difference between narcissism, right? If you're a narcissist, you don't have empathy. You don't care about anybody else but yourself. But as soon as you go too far, then you're undermining your own self in the name of, well, I don't want to be racist. Oh, get out of here with the R word, because I don't care anything about it. It means nothing to me. What matters to me is that I know that the whole ideology of a Muslim is to kill white man. Christian men and women and children and animals.
I mean, that's what the Crusades, I believe, were about. And to me, we're in a modern day crusade right now, except it's not just swords. You know what I mean? It's a modern society here.
It's the battle of good versus evil, and like what you say, it's kingdom on kingdom.
Yeah.
And it's every man for himself. It really is, folks. You have to decide in your own mind what is going on here. You have your own intellectual ability so that you can navigate the world that we live in. If you don't use that properly, that's nobody's fault but your own. But don't come at me that I'm a racist because I can see through the darkness. Don't come at me like that. I have a pretty good take of what's going on here. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I wished I was playing cards.
But we have a future to tend to. We have
card games that we hopefully want to go to.
That's what I'm getting at. So we've got to take care of the foundation and allowing some of this stuff. I mean, right here in Custer County, there's some things that have taken place that a lot of people are really up in arms about. And that's going to come out. As soon as we get the words on paper, it's coming. And there's a few people working on that firsthand, right? Coming up with all of the facts, figures, who started it, who signed it, how did it happen, all the instigations, where it's going, the whole 9 yards.
What the final intention is.
And that's what I'm saying is I don't have enough time personally to be going around and all of the meetings and being, I just can't do it. Ain't happening.
Nobody can. That's what I'm saying.
I was the only person at the school board meeting.
Nobody in this whole world can keep track of what these elected officials are doing. And that's why we designed the Chronicle. That's what the Chronicle is for. And it's ready to go. We're making a couple little key tweaks before we send it out. But I'm inviting everybody to check it out now. There's 12 BOCC meetings on there since May 27th.
Board of Custer County Commissioners.
And there's a couple, there's health and safety. I mean, I just, because we don't have the comment part turned on yet, but one of the things when I was looking through it that really I was wanting to comment on is they're like, well, should we lower the fee at the dump, the slash fee, mitigation fee from $10 a yard to $5 a yard? And I thought, well, why in the hell did you spend $100,000 on a wood chipper?
That's what I'm saying. The crazy, not thinking, not being able to figure stuff out.
You want to lower the rate,
boy,
at the dump by $5 a yard, which I'm not against that at all. But I want to know why the hell you spent the money on the wood chipper. Then you could probably lower it to almost nothing.
That wood chipper's like a gnat on an elephant's ass. If we don't get back to lumbering and harvesting and manicuring the forests, we're kidding ourselves.
And we ain't never going to get that done because this is a damn. I mean, this is the whatever the Federal Reserve or I can't think of the exact.
It's federal lands.
Well, it's not only that, but I mean, it's a step above, right? You're not even supposed to be up there with a motorized engine of any kind.
Oh,
no
yeah.
saws or nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, when you really dig down into it, a lot of the stuff they say that we don't even own. The globalists and China and everybody they've already leveraged it and took it away, just like they're trying to take away the water. The globalists don't think that you need to have a chance to even breathe. And then, so what do? They let the Muslims loose to create havoc. And then I guarantee you that the globalists are not going to put up with the Muslims. As soon as they've done their job, as soon as they go in here and wreak havoc, they're going. Guarantee. I mean, that is written on the wall. It's a funny deal. Going to try to talk you into all of this stuff, and you honestly think that they're going to participate in the same way they want you to? That is ignorance there. You're ignoring the facts. It's already been said. Bill Gates has already said there's too many people. Well, Bill, why don't you be the first one to put the old bullet in your mouth then, bud? Oh, no, I can't do that. Bernie Sanders, everybody needs to give their money up and we'll split it, except for mine. I'm not giving my money up, but you all need to. Rules are for thee, not for me.
Well, it's coming to a head.
Well, it is, because I've had enough.
Well, millions upon millions of Americans have had enough.
So show up to the voting box before we have to break out the guns, folks. And don't pull this, well, my vote don't count. Make it count. Make your friends count. Make your family count. Make it count.
It's almost do or die.
It's
and I don't know how much more you could even say. I mean, is what's in their heart is, I'm not going to do anything. Just tell me when it's time to shoot. That's what I hear. Just tell me when it's time to shoot. It's like, let's go shoot the envelope. Let's go get the mail in there first and use the ballot box first.
That's the thing. If we're only down 30,000 votes out of 6 million.
Seems to me we could muster up enough.
Do you know how hard it is? If you want to talk about dollars and cents and you make it $30,000 a year and you want to get to 6 million, you'll never get there. You will die before you ever get there. That's how small that the margin is here. And that's all through propaganda. That's one of the things that really, really, really burns me, is that Obama and them, and it is what it is, but for me, that would be like, if I had my way with legislation, that would be if I was Trump, that would be one of the first things I would overturn, is that propaganda is illegal. Barack Obama made it where propagandizing the American people became legal under Barack Obama. Before that, it was illegal. It's illegal to pull the wool over someone's eyes. And why Trump? Oh man, that's a nice card.
Chevelle. 72.
Why Trump hasn't? I mean, to me, that's like, I don't know. I mean, it's such a big deal.
Well,
why wouldn't they revert that back? You're going to do all these executive orders. Why wouldn't you make it illegal to propagandize the American people? Just saying. Back to, we don't have Mr. Fauci. No, there's no teeth. The only teeth is if you're a white man that does something and then Jack, what's his name? Jack, we were just talking about
Smith?
Jack Smith gets after your ass, which they did about Trump. But I mean, I don't know all there is to know, but I'm not happy with what's going on. Have you seen what's going on with Tucker? Tucker's pretty upset. So is MTG, and so is Massey. And I supported all them folks, and I'm pretty sure that they were, it was no wars. We don't want no wars. Oh yeah, we do, because we're Israel's bitch. I know you guys don't like me cussing, but that's for real. We're nothing but Israel's puppet. And I don't have nothing against Israel, but I'm not an Israeli. And I don't care about what they're doing. It ain't on my front porch. They tried to say, well, they got the bombs. Not according to the most highest elected officials that we had in this country, but you're going to listen to your Israeli son-in-law, Kushner, over Tulsi and Joe Kent. Your two top advisors are telling you, man, they don't have it, but you're going to listen to your son-in-law. Man, that's bad juju. It's bad. And all they're doing is making the people of the world suffer. Hell, gas was starting to creep down there just a little bit. Peace talks. Talking about $8 gas by Labor Day.
I think you can go to California and get you some of that right now.
You better have $1,000 to just even get there.
Just to get there.
Yeah, this whole let's take a family trip for $2,000. That's all.
That ship left the building.
You better have 10, 15 grand just to even take a drive.
Yeah. Well, we shall see where everything comes undone here.
But I want everybody to know that maybe I did jump over the line about some stuff that I'd heard instead of what I really knew, and I apologize for that. Number one, I'm apologizing to you, Jeremiah, for that, right? Because I maybe said some stuff that was a little too strong or a little too stout. And you as well, Terry, but the next time around, you guys better have my back. When these libtards are crashing at my front door, you better be there. You better be there to help me. I ain't putting up with it, man. I ain't putting up with it.
Well, you guys really, the Mortarmen need to be, honored for stepping up and being the people that do take it on personally as independent men.
Almost everybody idolizes fireworks, but there's a select number of few that open their mouth and then everybody listens to that.
Well, in the parade, I believe, was somewhat the same thing, but
It
they didn't want the guns in there because of the kids. I mean, that's a direct quote. And you know who you are. I don't need to go there. I don't need to bang the drum.
Well, next time we'll just make sure that they're not in control. George Gramlich started all of that, and that was supposed to be a memorial for him, and he's not here to make it happen. So what do? They just brush him under the carpet. But we already know all this, right? And
anyways, that's water over the dam now. When is the next CCRCC meeting?
Thursday the 13th, next Thursday.
A week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow. It's at the bowling alley. I don't think that's changed.
At the bowling alley.
And it's at 6?
6
o'clock.
Sure would like everybody to show up.
The
coolest thing ever was like when you guys put us in office, when you elected us into office, was the biggest show up that I've ever seen at one of the CCRCC meetings. And since then, it's just continually tapered off because of all the shenanigans. People thought maybe there was a little change, but we're still fighting the headwind. You don't like what we're saying because what we're saying is open the books. That's all you got to do is turn over the bank account and the canceled checks, and it's already digital. So don't act like it's really hard to do because we know better. This is not the 1960s.
So that's hopefully what's going to take place is the transparency is going to be.
We have a real fight here because they're trying to say that, and I'm just going to be real candid, they try to say that we accuse them of stuff, and we're trying to say, well, then where's the proof? And they say, well, you don't trust us. Well, hell no, we don't. And that is the principle of the character of what we're talking about. If you accuse me of something, I'm going to say, here it is. This is how I know that you violated the bylaws, because I can read and I have the paper in front of me. And this whole, well, you don't trust me. You're right. I don't even trust myself. That's why I double and triple check myself all the time. And you think that you're going to tell me that whatever we're doing here is against one of the bylaws? Then put it in writing, because I already know better. I've done too much research. I'm not just a fundraiser here. I'm a representative of the people.
Duly elected, not anointed.
Even if it was by my friends. It's more than we can say for you all.
It's a small community. And it's only 1% to 3% of people are really going to get involved anyways. That's just a harsh reality. Until there's really something going on. Until there's really, really something taking place. And then by then it's probably too late to be proactive. Now we're being reactive. That's not a good place to be. Reactive is not a good place to be. Proactive is. So that's what we want to be doing, is thinking ahead, planning, anticipating how low-income housing has destroyed Salida. Just saying. And we're going to march right down that road because of ignorance. Because of greedy, selfish people.
And just because a couple, 2 or 3 people think it's the right thing to do. And nobody else even knows what's going on.
You guys don't know what's good for you. Come directly out of an elected official's mouth.
More than once.
You don't know. I know.
I don't represent your kind.
Yeah. The kind that wants to keep this beautiful island beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Natural growth, I'm all for. Artificial growth, where that's calamity. There's going to be a problem happen. It's going to be a problem.
The water will always seek its level.
Yep.
I mean, you can try to hold back the ocean, but every once in a while it breaks through. And you can try to, it's like, do you really want to work that hard and be at that big a risk? I mean, the Danish have been doing it for many moons, but I mean, at what expense, right? I mean, they're kind of crammed in, but I mean, I guess they don't have a whole lot of choice, but we kind of do.
We do for a minute, if we manage things correctly, if we have good, strong leadership that understands cause and effect.
The biggest thing, folks,
and it's not all about money.
The biggest thing, what really irritates me the most is the deception.
We can't.
Oh, you can't see that. You can't see the books. We're too busy to show you the books. Bullshit. It's digital.
We can't
Don't lie to yourself thinking that I am going to believe it.
We can't do our business because of the sunshine law. I want to hear that one more time. Let me hear that out of your mouths one more time. We can't do our job properly because of the sunshine law. Boy, if there's anything going to get my blood boiling is when you're doing our business behind our back for your own personal gain. Got to watch it. A little statute that says that's a no-no.
And that's back to, we need justice. If we had justice, the people wouldn't act that way. That's why we had to get attorneys to get done what we wanted to do.
Boy.
And you would have thought that would have never happened, because it's still just the same old stuff. We don't have to do what you said. We don't have to do what the bylaw said. We can do it because
that's how we've been doing it.
Well, and because we all make mistakes and we're all sinners.
Jeez, boy, I don't want to get into mocking too much of that, but
I'm just saying.
Off the air, I'm going to tell you, I had a blast mocking how degenerative and how vile. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I'm still just bewildered about, really.
There is no excuse for a mistake. We all make mistakes, but it doesn't mean it's okay. And it dang sure ain't okay to go put your money in the plate on Sunday and think you can do it all next week.
We got our work cut out for us.
We better cut her short or we're going to get in trouble. I can feel it coming.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, that's not the case, folks. We appreciate everyone. I mean, the only person that's on my list is you know who. Jordan. You're
Easy.
on my list, buddy.
You may be drinking, you may get a bunch of texts.
On my shit list. You can say and text whatever you want. Just don't ever come down here. Anybody's invited down here, and I mean, I hate to say that anybody is invited. I mean, if you're a Muslim, you might not want to come down here. But besides that, for sure, anybody that's a Republican and they think that some reason that I'm not representing you properly or that I made a mistake, please come and tell me about it so that I have a chance to maybe mend or amend or
explain
what's going on.
Because a lot of people are not in the depth. They don't have the depth of the understanding that we have. Current events, the different players that are doing different things, the resistance, the pride.
Look at the Chronicle, CusterCountyChronicle.org. It's pretty interesting, folks.
Radio.
So with that being said, hope you have a good week. Steadfast, be kind to yourself, be kind to the people around you. Don't get caught up with suicidal empathy. Being kind doesn't mean that you're going to go pet a rattlesnake.
Nope.
And I mean, I feel bad for that young gal that thought that she could solve the world. All the more power to someone that has that kind of ambition, but you have to use your mind first. And so here's to thinking strong and using your heart and being a good person. See you next week.
Radio.